Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create this flicker text effect in just a few simple steps. You can find the practice project file in the description box. So let's begin. We will start off by creating a new composition, and then you're going to create a new text layer. So on this text layer, what we're going to do is, now I'm going to duplicate this text layer, and in your bottom text layer, you're going to swap the fill for stroke. So just press this option. So you have one fill and one stroke. In the top layer, if you expand it, in the text option, you have this animate option, and here we are going to add the opacity option. And here you will change the opacity to a 0 and then expand it further, and we're going to animate it by turning on the start stopwatch at the 0 second, and at the 1 second mark I'm going to convert it to around 85. Then we are going to expand the advanced option, and here you will see the option of randomize order, and you're going to turn this on, and as soon as you do that you will see the random seed stopwatch, and here you're going to press the Alt key on the random seed stopwatch, and we're going to type in time asterisk 20. So now when you play this, you have this random flicker effect in your entire composition. And this is how easy it is to create a flicker text effect using Adobe After Effects. Today I'm going to show you how to create a dynamic shadow text effect in Adobe After Effects. So let's begin. We will start by creating a new composition, and you can choose the time to be 2 seconds. Next, we're going to create a new solid layer, and in Effects and Presets you're going to search for Gradient. And you will choose the 4-color gradient ramp in order to create a background. So 2 of these points I'm going to turn into a slightly grayish color, this one and this one. And the other 2 I'm going to make slightly darker. You can change the background as well, it completely depends upon you. Next, we're going to create a text layer. In the window option, you're going to press the align option, and here you're going to align your text to the center of your composition. So after you've done that, you're going to duplicate the text layer with Ctrl+D command. The top layer, I'm going to rename it as the main layer, and the bottom layer is the shadow layer. So on the shadow layer, the first thing you're going to do is convert this into a color black. Next, in Effects and Presets, select the CC Radial Fast Blur. Now here is where we're going to animate it. The first thing you're going to do is increase the amount to around 85. The next thing to animate it, what you're going to do is select the anchor point of center and turn on the keyframe for center. So drag your anchor point to the right like this, and at the 1.5 second mark you're going to drag your anchor point to the other side of the composition. So now when you play this, you have a dynamic shadow effect, as you can see. In order to make it more smooth, what we're going to do is in the Effects option, you're going to select your keyframes. After selecting them, in Keyframe Assistant, just apply Easy Ease. Now expand your main as well as your shadow text in both, and in the shadow option you're going to press Alt plus click, and here what you're going to do is press the quick whip and drag it to the source text of the main composition. So what that does is every time you change your main text, the shadow text will automatically change with it. I'm going to show you how to create this paper peel off text effect in Adobe After Effects in just a few minutes. So let's begin. So first we'll start off by creating a new composition. I'm going to import a paper texture for our background. I will leave the download file for that in the description box, as well as the entire project file, so you guys can practice using it. This is our paper texture background, and I'm just going to change the size of it just a little. So after we've created a background, we're going to create a new text layer, and you're going to type in your text. Then we'll just use the align option to align our text, and on this text layer in the Effects and Presets we'll apply the gradient ramp. So I'm just going to change the start of ramp to around here and the end of ramp to around here. And I'm going to change this color to a light gray color. On this text layer, right click and go towards the layer styles and select the inner shadow option. Here in the inner shadow option, after expanding it, we're going to change the distance to around 13, the size to around 20. You can see it at the lighter end, and the opacity to around 40. Now I'm going to duplicate our text layer and place it below the first one. We're going to remove the gradient ramp from this layer. So if you just look at this, this is the bottom layer, and here you're going to change the blending mode to a soft light. Now we're going to turn on our main layer, and on this you're going to apply the effect of CC page turn, and this is our main effect. Here we're going to apply the animation in the effects, the CC page turn. If you press the fold option, you can see this is where the anchor point is for now. So at the 0-second mark, we're going to turn on the fold position stopwatch, and around 1.5 seconds, you're going to move the anchor point for the fold position just like this, and as you can see, the paper has started to peel off. And you're going to continue pulling this anchor point upwards until your layer has completely, top layer has completely disappeared and you're left with this effect. So now when you play this, as you can see, the paper peel effect has been generated. So this is how easy it is to create this animation. The last step that we're going to do is, in order to change our text instantly, you're going to expand the text option for both the layers. And in the bottom layer, you're going to select the add position for the source text and place it right here for the source text of the main layer. That way, whenever you change the main text, the bottom text will automatically be changed. Today we will be creating this text to sand effect or animation using Adobe After Effects in a few simple steps. The project file is in the description box if you guys want to download it. So in order to create this effect, we will create a new composition and then we will create a new text layer. So after you align your text, I'm just going to change the fill color to something that looks like sand. And then I'm going to duplicate our text layer with the Ctrl+D command. And on the top layer, we're going to apply the effect of CC composite. And then below this, we are going to apply the effect of CC particle systems 2. Here we will change a few values. So the first thing we will do, in the particle option, you are going to turn this on, source alpha inheritance option. And here change the maximum opacity to a 30, change the birth rate to a 50, the longevity to a 4. In the physics option, we will change the animation to a direction. Reduce the velocity by half to around 0.5 and change the inherent velocity as well to a 20. And I'm going to change the gravity to -0.3 and the resistance to around 20. So this is the effect you have so far. And here in the particle color option, you are going to change it to your dust color. So this one that you have selected for your text. Then in the producer option, we're going to change the radius X and Y value. Change the radius X to a 1 and the radius Y to around 12. Now in order to animate this, you're going to turn on the position keyframe at the 0-second mark. And I'm going to reduce the position X to around 0 and keep the Y at the same. And around 2 seconds, we will change the position X to around 1920 so it covers your entire composition, since this is a 1920 x 1080 composition, and you will keep the Y value the same. So if we play this, we have this dust particle effect right here, as you can see on your text. Now in order to animate it with the text, in the bottom layer you're going to apply the linear wipe effect, and at the 0-second mark you're going to turn on the transition completion option and keep it at a 0, and at the 2-second mark, where your text converts into dust, I'm going to increase the completion to around 100. Then if you play this, this is the effect you have, but you can see in the middle of this you have this line appearing here, and in order to reduce this you can increase the feather to a 50, so it looks slightly more natural. So now when you play this is how easy it is to create a dust text animation effect in Adobe After Effects. You can change with the colors to make it look different, and you can also mess with a few values such as the particle size, etc. The practice project file is available on my Patreon for you guys to download. If you're interested in more quick Adobe After Effects tutorials, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.